Hello and welcome. I'm Uday Pratap Singh. You're joining us on this special interview on NewsX. We are in conversation today with the core team behind the Archies. Yes, that you are going to be seen streaming very soon on Netflix. The wait is finally over. Many people have been intrigued. Many people have been waiting with bated breath. Generations have read this comic book. So let's dive straight into the conversation on what we can expect in this Indian adaptation. Reema, Kagti, the writer of The Archies, and of course, director Zoya Akhtar is also with us. Thank you, both of you, for speaking with us today.
Thanks for having us.
Let me begin with you first, Zoya. How did this happen? Let's just take you a bit into memory lane now. How did this come about? How did you decide to make the adaptation of The Archies?
I got very lucky, and Netflix. I actually met Sharad Devrajan, who was the head of India Graphic, and he offered me another comic as to make into a film. And I said, actually, I'm an Archie fan, and he said, we've already given the rights to Netflix, and that was that. I was heartbroken. The conversation ended. And a couple of months later, I got a call from Netflix saying that we have the rights and we want to adapt it into a feature. And we'd really like Tiger Baby to come on. So that's how it started. So it was an offer they made that I couldn't refuse.
Okay, as the saying goes, as the line goes. But Reema, obviously then you had to adapt it to an Indian setting, contextualize it for the Indian audience. How tough was that process?
Not very tough. I mean, obviously, initially when we didn't know what we were doing, it was tough. Once we kind of cracked it, we figured out what we were doing, where we were setting it, what kind of community we were setting it in, then it became a lot more fun. Yeah.
Okay. For you, while writing, this, was it like rediscovering your childhood? Were you also a big Archies fan like Zoya said she was?
Yeah, both of us.
And so was the co-writer Aisha Divitri. She herself is a huge Archie fan.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we know the comic.
Yeah. So the best three people to do this then. For you, finding your perfect cast as well. How did that happen? Because now it looks like they were born to play these roles.
Yes.
But I'm sure that was not the case.
It should always look like people were born to play these roles. We work with a very good team. We work with Nandini Shrikant and Karan Mali. They've done all our work. They know us inside out. They understand our aesthetic. They understand what we look for when we are casting. And besides, of course, a physicality and a physical resemblance and fit, what actually we look for is the essence of the character in the personality of the actor, So there has to be a core essence that you want in that. The actor should have a little bit of that in the personality, half your job is done, in a way. So, they did hundreds of auditions over 6 to 8 months before we started narrowing down even. So it was a very long process.
Okay.
And even the kids, I think they were tested for multiple parts.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because they're all very fresh and there's no reference point.
Yeah.
You don't know what they can do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
How is it for you, working with newcomers? How is that like on sets?
For me as a producer, it was great because Zoya, really, I think she, organized a really strong kind of initiation plan. They did all kinds of training and they were great. And the kids themselves worked very, very hard.
Yes.
So, yeah.
In fact, I read somewhere that you said, I am vicariously making my debut again with the Archies.
Because,
Explain that.
this is my 5th feature.
Yeah.
And I've done shows, which long format, I've done short films. I love it, but your first one is your first one. And the first time you're on set, that level of enthusiasm and excitement and wide-eyed wonder that they had, and that's very contagious, So that was a very good experience for me because I was kind of like doing my debut with them.
Yeah,
in a way.
Are you also excited, Reema, the fact that obviously, you've collaborated with Netflix for this means that international audiences are going to, watch it and stream it as well immediately when Indian audiences can. So are you intrigued and are you hoping that even, the world will discover this Indian adaptation because everyone has read Archies?
I mean, because I think we're such big fans, it was kind of an added thing for us that this is the first Archies movie, and we're really excited to be the ones making it.
Yeah.
And Tiger Baby is really happy for the world to see it.
Yeah. There hasn't been any, right?
No, not
across
a
the world?
feature.
It's been long
feature.
format.
Yeah.
There've been
Yeah.
series, but not.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm sure there must have been a lot of intrigue when you went to Brazil as well for that Netflix fan event, isn't
Yes, it was because it's the first feature coming out. So there are Archie fans globally, and it's the first feature coming out of for Archie out of India. So and it's going to be on a platform like Netflix, which is 190 countries. So you don't know who's watching what and where, who's going to see it where, and that's very unknown and very exciting.
Yeah, you don't know where it's going to land, and also, the thing is, of course, there is the entire Archie fan universe that we're hoping will engage, but the film is also, I think, standalone. Even if you don't know who Archies are, you would still enjoy the film.
Now, I have to ask you already, if people love it, if people appreciate it, which I'm sure they will, could there be the Archies too?
They could be.
Depends, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You can never say no.
Yes, and there are many more stories, I'm sure, to be told as well in that Archies universe. There's also, of course, there's a fabulous ensemble cast, but you have, 3 actors who have a legacy of their own, from the film industry. So Shah Rukh Khan's daughter, Suhana, debuts with this film. Late Sri Devi ji's daughter, Khushi, debuts with this film, and as does Amitabh Bachchan ji's grandson, Agastya. So for you, was that also something that you knew consciously on set that this is also going to be talked about? There's going to be this buzz. People are going to be intrigued to see how their debut is, fans of their families.
We were very aware. We didn't cast them because of who they are, but we also did not want to not cast them because of who they are and what people might say. Because either way, it's not a fair play.
Yes.
We tested them. In fact, they got tested a lot because they were, everyone's new. They did 3, 4, 5 auditions maybe. They were just perfect, so yeah. Now, and now it's for people to see and people to like. They all want to be actors. Not Aggie. Aggie was not even looking at it really. But Agastya, I should say. He gets annoyed if I say Aggie. Agastya. But they're here and I think they're amazing. And now it's up to the people.
In fact.
Yeah, and when I see them, I feel like each of them is meant to do the role.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And the screen presence also, is standing out. At least we can see it from the trailer already.
Yeah.
And one
but that they all 7 have.
They're just
all
wonderful.
All of them have.
All of them have incredible screen presence.
Yeah. It's a musical as well. So how was it like for you, shooting the songs, putting the musical aspect there as well?
I absolutely love it. I love shooting songs. I love working in a studio. It's actually when you're directing, for me, the most relaxing time because I work with Shankar Ehsaan Loy. I'm super comfortable with them. My dad is super comfortable with them. Ankur Tiwari, who's the music supervisor, he's a very, very close friend of mine. So it's home territory. And somehow people, when you're in a music session, like production and AD, they think you're doing something great as though I'm composing. So they leave you alone. So actually it's the most relaxing time in pre-production because you're in a music studio, there's just music playing, you're chilling, you're doing your thing. I love it. So that aspect, and I love shooting songs. I love working with different choreographers, creating a vibe.
Yes. What's the vibe on the Zoya Akhtar set? Reema, you?
Pretty relaxed, I think.
Yeah,
pretty relaxed.
Okay.
Yeah. Until she's not. Then she's not.
But I guess that helps.
Yeah. But I think that the kids and like what Zoya was saying, their vibe really kind of set the tone because that kind of enthusiasm is infectious. Like on day 1, there was only Agastya and Mihir shooting, but all of them were there. And they stayed the whole day. Like I went for a bit and then, left and then came back and, but these guys were stuck to the monitor and they were, even if it wasn't their shoot, they were like watching everything. That was really sweet. And I think that sort of, it was infectious for the crew and Zoya.
Yeah. I mean, and they have a camaraderie. They have they have a good support system within themselves. So it's very nice.
Okay, I have to quickly end by asking you, who's your favorite character in the comics? If we ask you back in the day, who did
I used to oscillate between Betty and Veronica.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I had days when it was Jughead.
Yeah, for me it's always been, I think, Jughead.
Yeah. Okay, Jughead's been your favorite.
Yeah.
Zoya, finally to you, I know right now it's the Archies everywhere for you. But have you thought what's coming up next? Where do
every
what's
time I
going to be
think
your
about
next
what's going to
episode?
come out next, it changes after a film releases because a film comes out, depending on how it does, your mood changes, your psychology changes. So then every time I've made a plan, that plan has gone into the bin and I've done something else. So now I don't plan. So now I'll wait till this film comes out and the whole process is complete. Because it's only complete once it meets the audience. Then the film is done and then the film is finished. It has to meet its audience for it to be finished. Then I'll think of something.
Okay, well, we will wait and watch that space for more. But for now, all the very best for the Archies. As I said, I personally have loved the trailer and I'm keenly awaiting to see the entire film.
Thank you so much.